Coming to you from Kapolei, Oahu, Hawaii. Aloha. And I want to say how much I appreciate being invited to this conference in San Francisco. I'm very sorry I cannot be there on this time, but I'm hoping to attend in future upcoming events. I've been asked to speak about the national security law from Hong Kong. And as many of you know, I was very involved in that process of the protests coming to the streets, also the voting process. And I wanted to share my feelings about that for a few minutes. I'm I I was uh, I had read the basic law about 2010, and as I had read it, I I read it about 15 times in total. I would see things in there that said that this was not what I would support. One was that Hong Kong would be part of communist China, even though they didn't use the word communist China, the People's Republic of China forever, inalienable right forever. So that meant that in 500 years, it would still be part of China, regardless of what the people wanted. And I did not agree with that. The second thing was it had said that the National People's Congress of the People's Republic of China, Communist China, had the full authority to make decisions. I also didn't agree with that. What that said to me was that they actually were the final say in any kind of law or discussion in Hong Kong. So that was actually the beginning of the national security law. When that came out, I read that and I said, this is not what I can agree with. The national security law, even though it came out many years later, actually it had been put in place in the basic law that was an agreement between England and China, the People's Republic of China. So I saw the national security law as actually taking place on July 1st, 1997. They just didn't use the name national security law because they had the final say. The People's Congress had the final say of anything, including the courts and the judges. And everybody knew that who read that. At least I couldn't see where you wouldn't know that, especially the judges. So I had no respect for what was going on there as far as the courts were concerned. When the national laws came out, security laws, I recognized that it was very dangerous for anyone because as we started to see people were being arrested for all kinds of reasons that they had not been arrested for before, uh, I could not stay there. It was just too dangerous, and I had to leave, along with many others, including many of you who are watching this. But I said the national security law was actually put in place in 1997. Very few people actually agreed with me, but now I would hope that those listening to this video would say, yes, those things, the People's Congress actually were the ones that had the final say on any matter. And that's what we're seeing taking place now in Hong Kong. And I know that all of you who are watching have been impacted in some great way. I also have been impacted. But I absolutely believe that we should not accept the basic law of Hong Kong. We should reject it and we should have a new form of law, new judges, new courts put in place with a new parliament. So I would support a new parliament. And that law that was in place where it said the National People's Congress was the final say should be rejected, soundly rejected. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's listening to the video now. And I wish you the best. And I miss you. I'm in Hawaii, a beautiful place, but my heart is still in Hong Kong because I follow along closely. I have close communications with people there, and I'm always talking about it in the media and to various politicians around the world. So I want to say thank you to everybody, and I wish you the best and have a great conference.